Stock markets all over the world, including here in the U.S. on Wall Street, being shaken by the latest economic chaos in Greece. Violent street protests over budget cuts and the collapse of negotiations to get more government support for those cutbacks. CBS News business and economics correspondent Rebecca Jarvis is here this morning with more on the impact here in the States and on our own growing debt problems. Good morning.
Good morning, Erica.
You know, you see these pictures and you think, well, rough for them, but really Greece seems so very far away, and it doesn't seem like there would be any impact, any economic impact.
But you do see the economic impact, and anyone with a 401k, a pension fund, any kind of retirement savings is seeing the impact right there because of what's happening in the markets. Yesterday, the market reacted pretty negatively to those images coming out of Greece, and they're a reminder of the kind of impact that growing debt can have on a society, the kind of impact that cuts to programs can have on a society. There's also the issue that a number of companies here in the United States do business with Europe, and when there's problems in Greece, there's problems with Europe. That could mean American jobs lost in the future.
So those are some of the greater impact. What are some of the similarities, if any, between the situation in Greece and the situation here in the U.S.?
Well, there are certainly those out there who say that we're in a worse position than Greece is right now, financially speaking, because here in the United States, we've also taken on a lot of debt. For example, our GDP right now is $15 trillion. But at the same time, our debt at the end of this year, if we raise the debt ceiling, is also going to be $15 trillion. That's a problem. You can't sustain that. And that's exactly what the credit rating agencies have been saying to us all year long.
And the average American could, I mean, just to put this more in layman's terms, the average American could never live with numbers like this.
No, you absolutely couldn't live this way. I mean, think about it. The average American makes about $50,000 in income a year. If you were living the way the United States is living and managing its debt, you would also have $50,000 in credit card debt. That would mean you practically have, the lowest credit score there is out there. You don't have access to loans. You don't have access to the ability to get funds to buy a house, buy a car, or even to pay your daily bills.
So you're in big trouble. So looking at this, as the U.S., though, where does the country stand in terms of any sort of movement or even compromise when it comes to the debt situation?
Well, that's exactly, I mean, you see these people doing twirls in Washington, D.C., the Democrats and the Republicans in that video that Chris showed us, but it's not that simple. Basically, what's going on right now is the Democrats and the Republicans have reached an impasse where the Republicans say it's all about cost cutting, and the Democrats are saying there has to be tax increases, and we got to talk about the cost cutting down the road after we increase the debt ceiling.
Or as we learned at the town hall yesterday, some folks saying nobody wants to be the bad guy because they're worried about re-election.
Yeah, exactly.
The politicking. Rebecca, thanks.